Hi, this is Vanessa Parker. I teach MAP and AP Chem, and I thought I would make a GoGuardian video to help out any new and or veteran teachers that need a little extra help with GoGuardian with some tips and tricks and some ways to use that. I want to first apologize for the smallness of the screen. I hope you can see it, but in order for my Microsoft Surface to show up on my iPad and record, I have to change the resolution. Otherwise, it's giant and you can't see all the screen. So hopefully this will be useful to you. I want to start with the classrooms, and sometimes it's the little things that make life easier. I go to my classrooms and these mean nothing to me when I'm just looking at those, especially when you can't even see them. So as you can see from my AP classroom right here, I go in and I put a description for the period and the semester. Now that we have 2 semester courses, I figured out through trial and error and looking at my kids that QA is first semester, QB is second semester, and of course you have your section number. So it would be helpful to have your rosters printed out so you can check your students, and a class bell schedule, because I'm going to show you how to use the calendar feature and set up the calendar so that you can automatically have GoGuardian go off every day. So I'm going to start with this one. I cheated a little bit and I rearranged these that I know that they are third period right here just to make it easier. So you want to click in there. You want to go to your students just to double check that you have your section right. That's QA, which is first semester, and it's section 3. For me, section 3 is, I believe, my first period, okay? So I double check, yes, that's my first period. And so then I'm gonna go here to settings, and I'm gonna type in under description, first period, and then I'm gonna put first semester. And then I don't like the Curious Blue, so I'm gonna change it to, let's go with Caribbean Green, and I'm gonna hit update. What I like to do is make my AP classes one color in GoGuardian. Even though it says MAP and AP, I just know that helps it. So I update my classroom, and then I'm going to go do the same thing for the QB for the section 3, which is my first period. Again, double check it that I didn't screw anything up. And then I go to settings again, under description, write first period, second semester, and then I want to change that also to green, and then update. And then when I go back to my classrooms, then I want to take the second semester and I want to drag it down here out of the way. So now I have first semester, first semester, first semester. I've already done my 2 AP classes earlier today. And then eventually when I get all my other classes arranged, I'll put them in order, first, second, third, etc., and then do second semester down below. Okay. Now, once I have that done, then I want to show you how to set scenes. So I've selected scenes, and so you see I already have a lot built. There's 2 choices here. You can do allowed scenes and blocked scenes, and it just depends on what you want to do and what you're doing on a daily basis. On test day, I like to use the search engines that I built, and I have over time built those to include a whole lot of websites, a whole lot of search engines. You can make that specific to your course. I've also blocked a lot of games, Wikipedia, things like that. Anytime I find them playing a game, I go in and copy what they're playing and put it in the block site. And then I have them, usually I need to change that, but I usually have open 2 tabs on a test day. And then any changes that you make to that, I don't know, let's say math games. I do a search math games because that is a popular one. And there are no math games in there. They're just playing all kinds of things. And so you can see I've added most of them, but I'm going to select all the 10 websites that I haven't. And then those are added. And then you want to hit save up here in the corner, which is at the top. For daily scenes, that's oftentimes what I do on a daily basis. If I want them to be able to like search up things and look up things, I'll do that. You can make one of those, anyone you want. You can make it your default scene by clicking here and saying set as default, and then it will let you pick which ones you want to set as default. I just did that one, so I'm going to just do it here so you can see what that looks like. Save, and then that is their default scene. So you can play around with that And then if you go look at back to classroom, I think I did for first period, and I go say start a session, you'll see that automatically will start, and then I'll start the session. I don't want to stay on this too long. Some people might be doing their homework, and then you can see right here that the default session is right here. So someone's doing their homework. There we go. They're doing their ed puzzle. Good job. But like, let's say someone's testing and I don't want to do that, then I'm going to click and exclude that student, okay? And then exclude student. I'm going to go ahead and end that session since they are at home right now. I don't want them thinking that I'm interfering. I'll talk to my first period and tell them what was going on, why I started GoGuardian on them. So that's what that looks like, okay? Anytime GoGuardian is going, it's recording, and you can go to student reports. You can select what course you're looking at, and then you can say select the student. Since we just looked at his on accident, and then say view report, and it can tell you where he was doing and what documents. This is great if you have a kid that's not doing what they're supposed to in class, and their parent wants to know why they're not doing well. You can say, well, you know what? They were supposed to be working on this, and instead they were choosing to work on that. And so that's a handy little feature that we can use. The last thing I want to show you is how to set your calendar. And what I do is you just hit schedule a session up here, and then why is that? Select your classroom. So I'm going to select my other AP classroom, and then I'm going to do the start date. I'm going to start that tomorrow, 8/20. I'm going to end it. I like to end it the Friday before finals because the final schedule is, wonky. And then I'm going to do the start time. This is my 6th period. I just go ahead and default to the 3rd period enrichment schedule because that's the one we do the most often. You can always adjust that when it's running. So it begins at 2:09. So I'm going to select not AM. I'm going to select 2 p.m. and then I'm going to change it 2 p.m. and then I'm going to change that to like 2:07. I like to start it a minute or two before, and then end time it ends at 2:59. So I'm going to select 3 p.m. and then I'm going to change that to like 3:03. So I'm still ending before their next class starts. But that way, if someone's going a minute or two after the bell, I'm still covering them. And then I say repeat Monday through Friday. And then I hit save. And then boom, it populates that in there all the way through 6th period right there. And then later on, after I get them all scheduled, I'll go in, and I've already done it for the Labor Day for the one class that I scheduled. And so we don't want to, I have it scheduled for Labor Day. Sorry, I wasn't touching the screen enough and it minimized. So hopefully that, I'm going to repeat that. So what I did, in case you didn't catch that, is on Labor Day, I'm going to take that out because I don't want to be monitoring the kids when they're not here. And I'm going to say cancel this session only. And it canceled it for Labor Day. So now I won't be accidentally recording what they do while they're at home. I don't want to know what they're doing when they're at home. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or come by and talk to me. My classroom is upstairs in the Math and Science 2410, right across from the elevator. I'm happy to help you with that, and hopefully this helps just a little bit and makes your life a little bit easier.